Good morning, everyone. This is Brian Beamish, the Canadian Rational Investor, CR Investor on Twitter and TradingView. Coming to you today, it is Wednesday, July 9th, 2014, the first day of our Bitcoin School for Bitcoin Trader Development. I'm totally excited, so it should be really interesting to see how we go. Of course, the course's mood will be entirely dependent on the outcome of today's soccer match between the Netherlands and Argentina. So we have quite a few Europeans in the class, so we'll see how that goes. But anyway, as for Bitcoin, this is our quick daily summary for you. Update what I'm seeing on BTCE. So let's get to the charts. All right, as always, we're going to start off with the higher time frames, drill our way down. Here's our daily chart of Bitcoin. Here's last fall's run up. Here's the correction over the winter and the late spring. Here is our optimal trade entry long zone down here. So not a big surprise. Anytime price got into that zone, it was rejected. And conversely, our optimal short entry trade zone right now is up here. So if this bull does have traction and it has legs, this is the most likely target zone for me. We're looking at BTCE. I don't have any personal affinity with this exchange. I do understand it has some nefarious connections with the underworld in Eastern Europe. The only reason why I'm using it right now is because I'd like to have these daily summaries work off of the PAM service, which is a way for you out in Google and YouTube land to participate in this daily setup sort of. I guess it's not really a blog, but it's sort of a summary. And the PAM service looks like this. You can go to this website at your leisure. And right now, as I understand, they're only running it off of BTCE. So that's the only reason why I'm using this, but that's just a quick note on that, okay? So, all right, back to the chart. Big run up, consolidation, pull back into OTE, nice bottom through the spring. Chinese government ran its own citizens out of the market here. My hunch is that they probably sold those coins directly to Chinese government officials, but that's a commentary on their system more than price action itself. Anyway, point of the matter here, nice bullish harmonic pattern, very clear 38.2 fib target. As well, the year-to-date range, that was a 50% level. So, through the spring, not a big surprise we had a rally, and through the late spring, very early summer, not a big surprise we're consolidating. If we draw a fib off of this 38.2 fail back down to the lows, that's what this fib setup looks like, and gee whiz, here's 38.2 going the other direction. So not a big surprise that we're just sort of bouncing between these two important fib numbers right now. And one could argue this is what they call a narrow sideways channel. And so whichever way the market breaks out of the channel will definitely dictate trade going forward. I haven't talked about it too much, so I thought I'd just do a nice quick little review of what I see here on the indicators. Volume, typical what we call summer doldrums. You can really see volume is trailing off here of late. So, that can be interpreted as a good or bad thing. I suppose it's good to see volume is quiet through this consolidation. And should we get a big volume spike on the breakout through the consolidation, that'll be our indication for trend going forward. OBV, you can see through the rally, moved up nicely, pulled back, and we're sort of in chop zone. Again, we need to sort of see a resolution to get a signal there. MACD, sort of just raw momentum reading. You can see we have this bearish momentum divergence on this move higher here. So there is a problem. You can understand why the rally ran out of steam here at this 38.2. We have sort of this underlying problem with the market. I drew this line probably about maybe a week or two ago when we were down here, and I had just postulated that it seems realistic that we were just going to come up and test this line. Is this exact? No, I'm just eyeballing it. So it's interesting to see how basically that's what we've done, and now we're coming up into this area. We're starting to roll over here. So, obviously, again, the resolution of this, either a breakout through the top of this trend line or a double top and a fail here, is going to give us direction. Right now, just basically sideways. Willie here, great little tool through this late spring. This rally here up into this 38.2, 200 SMA, 50% year to date, bearish momentum divergence on the MACD. We really should have respected Willie's overbought reading here. So really, purchases here just weren't really that great of an idea. And indeed, that seems to have played itself out. Now, the important thing here, right, is that the next Willie buy signal, it may come at the same price, at whatever price was up here. That's not the point. The point here is that just pure momentum-wise, this cycle was very old, and it needed time to clean up. And that's the great part about using Willie. Yeah, these cycles can go on for a little while, but the point here is you're just best served just cooling your jets and just wait for things to clean themselves up. All right, so that's the higher time frame, long and short of it here, trapped between two key fibs, and no clear direction here on momentum or volume. 4 hour, here are these two levels in a little bit more detail. You can really see the swings. You can see, my red boxes. I like to highlight where the previous trade setups were. And so, there's been lots of, even though we have been sideways here on the daily charts, there have been lots of trading opportunities here along the way. What I see here is, double top within a double top breakdown. Now, nice wide bottom here, just a really good looking bottom here. And that came right off the 38.2 level, right? Remember we said on the daily charts we're sort of sandwiched, and you can see this double bottom right here, right? So we have higher lows and higher highs working right now. Let's see if that can hold. So as long as this double bottom here stays in place, then we have to generally be bullish, right? I mean, we're just playing off of this price action. This will be negated on basically a move below this level and this level here, right? But as you can see, we had a couple pretty good looking, just one, really good looking long setup here. Nice, what we call a cup and handle formation right in there. And we had indications that this was a bad harmonic target setup, which meant that we should have been looking for a rally up into the 654 area. So put the two together, and I could justify a nice momentum trade. Momentum itself was up. Willie was kind of getting overbought here. Wasn't stupid at this point when the buy signal actually came in, but pretty dangerous stuff. Through this overbought condition, I think you really were best served just cooling your jets. And indeed, when we look at the lower time frame charts, we actually see there was a short setup working. So cup and handle into the OTE zone. If a bad target, look for this 88.6. Sure enough, we rallied up and we literally came within 3 ticks. This high was 38. And this fib level here is 41. So within 3 ticks of that fib, I would basically consider that validated. And we rolled over. So let's go look at what the shorter time frame is. And just to finish off this thought, all right? If this is a bull market, 668.42 should not have that big of a deal to be taken out. So if you see, and here we are here at 616, so we're talking about a grand total of like 50 bucks. Big deal. So sometimes investors are best served just to let the big boys fight this fight out. if we're higher time frame players and we have some wiggle room, and this is a bull market, we're going to be seeing $800, $900. Let's let the big boys fight this $50 out, and then we'll take the trade if we can break to new highs. Really, for longer term players, that's really my simple message for you guys. Um, I guess the point of the matter here is higher time frame people. You could argue, and I even said the a post that I did a little while ago, like the 4 hour and the daily long bot comes on alive on a move through this high here at 610. So, and that's painting that target way up top here, right? All right, so 4 hours. Let's go back down to the shorter time frames. Short setup, long setup, one-to-one risk reward. So really not a trade I'd be willing to take. There was a cute little double bottom off of here, and you could have played that back to the 50% level. But same thing. Not really a trade I'd want to take. One-to-one risk reward. Cute little setup here. Probably a little better numbers for you. But anyway, let's see what actually has happened here recently. Okay, this is the 1 hour chart now, and here was that long setup, the most recent one, off of this low here, the OTE trade. All right, there's the setup, there's the target hit. Yeah, yeehaw, way to go. And then as we rallied up to that 78.6, or excuse me, 88.6 BAT point D target, the fail right at that level set up our most recent short trade. And one could argue, just simply put, the risk reward was about 2-to-1, so felt good about that. Just getting a 38.2 tag. This correction took a long time to develop, and really it took so long that I ended up getting chicken shit and dumped it here at the 50% level here of this move. How ironic, eh? On a move through these 32 highs here, I got stopped out right here. And then literally right after that, I mean, that just makes you sick when that happens, but that's the trader's life. Got stopped out and the market just went boom, straight down to my target. So, that's the way it goes. I wasn't really acting in my best interest when I tinkered with that trade there. Probably should have just left it alone. Lessons to be learned. Let's try and stick to our trading plans, yada, yada, yada. And so now we've hit this 38.2, and recent commentaries, I've just been basically saying, I don't have a trade set up right now. We got to wait for the next one to develop. And my hunch is we were going to do some of this kind of stuff. And, that's basically what we've done here. Simple message here is 38.2s. And really, I like this 38.2 a little better. That's 612.79. But anyway, 612.79, 616 area. These usually gets lots of play. All right. And if this is a bull market, then this 38.2 is going to hold. Market will turn here and continue heading higher. I said when I liquidate the position and then my commentary the following morning that I probably wasn't going to have a trade set up for at least a couple days. That seems to be the case. We do have a potential double bottom coming in here. It's not really in that good looking of an OTE zone. I would like price to be a bit lower. It is sort of playing this 38.2 level here. And the setup parameters, risk reward wise, I'm not really overly impressed by them either. If we did the 50% rule, then basically this is our risk and this is our reward if we believe that this is a double bottom coming in here. Now, ideally, what I'd like to see is a double bottom within a double bottom, right? So we'd see price come down, test these lows, then turn and head up. And what that might do is it might bring risk down and it might increase reward. Now, that might be a 2-to-1 risk-reward ratio. So at this point, we're just waiting, just trying to be as patient as possible. with regard to the trade. Got lots of fun stuff going on with the. I've started this school for Bitcoin trader development. I think it's a really, really good idea, and it seems to have been received really well. So today's our first sort of introduction class, so I'm going to be really excited and busy with that. I think that basically summarizes the Bitcoin trade right at the moment. We might have a potential setup coming in here for a play back to the 50% level. Just got to be patient. Let's see how it develops. Like looking at the momentum, I see that we broke down here. We might have a divergence trying to build here. We'd have to see a new low here for the divergence. So I don't know about that just yet. Willie, nothing really to get excited about there, either bullish or bearish. And OBV, we're slightly heavy here right now on the money flow. So, we do have, for those that follow the broader market, we do have, whoops, let's see if this loads. Wait for the trading page to load. Today's trading day. We do have Fed minutes coming up here at, what time is it? At 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 a.m. Eastern, or 2 p.m. Eastern. Anytime you get a release of Fed minutes, usually that's a bit of a pause into that event. As for the stock market itself, I had suggested that we were getting awfully toppy up top here and put out a couple tweets to that effect. We've come down a big chunk. We might rally back up top. It's tough to say. And really, certainly no outright sell signals. Oh my God, abandon stocks, get out, get out. But at the same time, we hit a pretty important resistance level there, and so not a big surprise we're taking a pause here. All right, so that's your Bitcoin summary for today, Wednesday, July 9th. Wish me luck on today's class, and we'll talk to you guys tomorrow.